Hi guys, it's Dom from the MS Guide. I'm here with somebody called Kate, and we'll get into that in a second, but this is now part of the Ride Canada for MS series. And Kate's here because we're going to talk about brain health. Kate's making noises.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. We're going to talk about brain health.
I'm going to turn it off. Doesn't really help.
It's running. I can just cut all this crap out.
Okay, that's fine. Let me turn this off. There we go.
It's when my watch starts to ring.
Yes, so if that makes a noise, we'll just have to ignore it.
We're humans. This is fine. This is not broadcast media.
And we can't stage everything. We can't.
No.
Okay.
No. So I'm here to talk about brain health with Kate, and I'm going to get into the reasons first because you will not be surprised. Kate's got MS as well. So I'm going to ask Kate a couple of things. Then I'm going to explain to you guys why Kate's sitting here. So, hi Kate, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good.
It's apart from nearly being late for this, but Kate, we met each other at the gym, which should be people's clue. But just tell me a bit, because everybody wants to know, we're all different. Tell me a bit about your MS, when you were diagnosed.
Firstly, it was really lovely to meet somebody at the gym that I knew that was on the same level as me.
I had MS trust shirts on.
No, but you automatically feel more at ease and comfortable.
Oh yeah. You know that somebody shares some common experiences. So when you say my foot said, they go, oh yeah, and you're not thinking they don't really know what I'm talking about, do they? Yeah.
Or they don't think I'm drunk or had some bad night the night before and I'm wobbly because of some other reason. But yes, so I was first diagnosed with it was when I was 21 or 22. So I'm now. Well, I think I'm 40, but I'm not. Then I remember I'm about 45. So.
Oh, you know, like me, yeah. Oh, I'm about 30 in my head and 55 in real life.
Yes. So, 24 years ago. Sorry, my math's terrible. So a long time ago, and it was a lot worse than it is now.
So you're another veteran like me. I've had it 33 years, 32. I'm never quite sure.
Yeah.
So.
It's a long time, and
We're doing an interview. That's all right. No, you want to know. Do you mind if we do? We won't be long.
Yeah, so I'll head back down.
All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, I'll stay out of the way.
Yeah, no, it was just I could hear steps coming. I thought, oh.
No worries.
Can you pull the door? Can you do that? And, all right. We will not be long.
It's fine.
All right, thanks. Okay. So, Kate, I was saying you're an MS veteran like me. You've been at 24 years.
For a long time. We've lived with it more than we haven't lived with it. Yes.
But I gather from chatting to you before this, it was quite unpleasant for you for a while, wasn't it?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. So not so much in the beginning when I was first diagnosed. That you have that initial blow, don't you? When I first had it, my symptoms were relatively not really, not that bad. Tingly fingers and loss of balance.
It's like all of us, and then it tends to go away a bit, doesn't it? And you go, oh, what's the big deal?
Yes, it was very much visiting in and out symptoms.
Yeah.
And then you go through that, oh, they've got it wrong. They've misdiagnosed me and they can't be right.
Had those thoughts.
And
is it really MS? Are they sure?
Yeah, actually, and then the lumbar puncture sort of confirmed it. But before that, I was very much, you sure they got that right? I feel fine. And then you go into a bit of because at the very beginning, I think I was offered treatment. I can't remember it, but I was very, I'm going to tackle this on my own. I don't need any help. I don't want to take any drugs. And then I got significantly worse. About
how long after diagnosis? Because you said, which is not uncommon, I'm going to do this on my own and no drugs.
Yeah, absolutely. It was because it was when I was very unhealthy. Obviously, I'm more healthier than I was then.
Gather.
Yes, so which is hence why I was. I'm very much a very, very changed person to what I was.
Describe what you mean by unhealthy.
So, before I was overweight, so I've lost around about 9 stone.
Hang on.
Okay.
9 stone.
9 stone, yeah.
So if anybody out there, if you're in the States and you're watching this, 1 stone is 14 pounds. Okay, so 9 times 14, so that's 19,
Yes.
4 9s are 36.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
126 pounds you
Yeah.
lost. So you were a little bit, should we say,
I was a
rounder?
bit chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was near on like 20 stone. Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're tall, aren't you?
So,
You're
and I was
6
tall,
foot.
and I carried it well, 5'9"-ish, probably
5'9"-ish.
I've probably shrunk a little bit in my old
I think you're taller
age.
than me.
I hid it well, and now I'm about 11 something, 11, roughly on and off, depending if it's summer or winter.
But guys, I bumped into Kate
Huge
in
difference.
the gym, and then found out she had MS. Then somebody else in the gym said, "Boy, oh boy, you should have seen her before," which I never have.
No, you haven't, and most people don't know me because I never was the person I am now. I wasn't who I was.
Okay.
So
the thing that interests me, and I remember saying to you, A, can I interview you, please? But B, I think the absolute hardest thing is making a change. I've had round and round discussion with people saying, what is it that motivates somebody to become fitter, eat better, sleep better? I mean, pay attention to this stuff, which when you're younger, it's kind of like, whatever.
Absolutely. And there was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was not a gym person. To catch me in the gym, I'd be like, why would people go into the gym? I don't get it. Why would you spend your time and your money in a gym and make yourself do lots of hard work? What do you get out of that? I don't understand that. And obviously really unhealthy eating, so burgers, chips, you name it, high fat food, processed food, so it was a downward spiral.
So I mean, that's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, my weight's gone up and down, not in the same way, but what am I now? 75 kilos? I was
so
80 kilos. So it's just the sort of, you think,
stay there about.
Get a grip.
Because
and
then you reel it back in again, don't you? Yeah, it's really easy. That's the thing.
It's lovely. I'm lazy and I'm greedy.
Yeah.
And that's perfect for going, chips.
But it's not an excuse.
I'm just saying.
But as in, a lot of people will use it as an excuse. I used it as an excuse when I was bigger because I was lazy and I didn't want to do anything. And why would I? Probably that journey that you go on after you're diagnosed. But why should I have to put myself on a diet? And why should I have to work harder to feel better? It's not fair that I've been diagnosed with this. So,
I think in technical terms, it sucks to be diagnosed with MS.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is, it's not fair. It's not going away. Do you know what I find some of the most annoying things is the evidence for diet, exercise, sleep, etc. It's not a couple of like wing-nut professors going, "Oh, I've got an idea." It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think the important thing, or one of them, is you lose the sense of control when you get diagnosed with MS, and that sort of gap of pharmaceuticals are not perfect and the research takes a long time. That gap gets filled, that sort of annoyance, we say, that we have with all the crackpots. Here's a cure, just snort lines of turmeric. I don't know, But I mean, you're on Kesimpta now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, it's once a month, injectable.
Yeah.
So it's like the injectable Ocrevus, but Ocrevus is now becoming injectable at hospital. But
I mean, how lucky are we? I just think how lucky we are to be we're not lucky. We're not lucky, but actually we are lucky because we've got something that can help us.
We've got something that can help us. All MS drugs are chemical breaks. There are no cures, but it's how will they slow things down in combination with what we're talking about. There's something called, people hear about brain health, but it is a global set of best practice standards. So whether or not you're driving, I mean, by the way, Kate is not only a veterinary nurse, but you train animals. I mean, essentially, it's dogs primarily, or but it's psychology, isn't it? And understanding and all this and
what knows what works best for your dog. In relation to us, what works best for us, because we need to find that something. Going back to what gets you out of that hole. Sorry, going back. You need to find you need to find something that works for you, and then when you find that little bit of the glimmer of the hope that gives you back that little bit of control, I held on to it and I went for that ride, and I'm so pleased I did because it's chucked me out the other end.
You haven't said the one thing you said to me. What was you had a wake-up call, didn't you?
Yes.
Which was?
So that was probably, if I'm honest with you, when me and my husband wanted to, obviously we got married and we wanted to have children. I was too fat to have children. It wasn't going to work. So I needed to do something.
Hang on. I've seen people that are built for comfort, not speed, with kids.
Yes, yeah.
When you say you were too fat to have children, what do you mean in your head?
I don't know, I think I just weighed, obviously my body wasn't working as though I was being at that weight.
Okay, I mean, I'm not judging, I'm just trying to work out what you mean.
Yeah, so, and I think in my mind, it was something that I needed to do. I wasn't at my perfect health. So I needed to, so that was the wake-up call that I needed.
So wanting to have kids and feeling in and of yourself that you were too large.
Yeah.
So, and you weren't running, should we say, at your optimum health?
No, I wasn't running at my
20 stone.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the heaviest I've ever been is 15 and a half, and that's a lot more than I am now. But it's 20, and if we're roughly the same height, or I'm a little bit taller, you can't feel, I started to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So imagine what pressure my body was under.
No, it's
and I went from like a size 24 to 26. I was size clothes, and I'm now like a 10, 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, my wife is sort of 10, 12.
Yeah. So that.
Some things are 14, I don't know, but it's just like, I also know enough not to make any remarks about it.
About people, women's size of clothes. So that was
darling,
probably.
You look gorgeous.
Yeah. That's the correct answer.
Yes, I've been taught that.
So that was the wake-up call, and also I felt shit. I felt awful. I'd wake up in the mornings after sleeping, and then within an hour or two, I'd want to go back to bed again because I was knackered.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
Been there more than once. Yeah. So you said something to me about having a relapse as well.
Yes.
Is that at the same time, or am I misunderstanding?
No. So the relapses, if I remember rightly, it was after.
No medication. Still
no medication. I was very much under the bit mindful that my diet can control my MS.
Your diet that got you the 20 stone diet.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, healthy living, because obviously there's a lot of information out there when you go on the internet about MS and how to. And diets that you can eat. Yes.
I looked at TikTok the other day. That's where all the loonies hang out because there's all the cures. All the people peddling cures, and you're like, don't waste your time. I just thought, I have a social media channel. Maybe I should be on TikTok. Maybe I shouldn't.
No, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I would be going. I'd be going back to bed because obviously I'd be fatigued by it, and then.
And you're more fatigued. I find the more you time in bed, the worse you feel.
Out there, and I was my niece, who's now 21, 22, I think she is. They wanted me to look after her, and it was a struggle.
How old was she then?
So she would have been about 3 or 4, I think she was. That was hard. That was really hard.
I mean, my daughter's 22 now, but
I could only just about survive that. But I was young. I was like 22, 23, 24,
Wow.
I was still, and that was really hard. So
you're 20 stone, you've got MS, you're tired, and now you're looking after a 4-year-old.
Yeah, just intermittently on
Yeah,
it. But I spent most of my week worrying about
But you don't look forward to it, do you? You start to dread it.
Yeah, life was miserable. Like, everything was an effort, and it just wasn't really nice. So then, so relapses was very much, I think my biggest one, if I remember rightly, would have been after I had my first son, the biggest relapse.
So, pregnancy tends to improve things for people.
Yes,
while you're pregnant.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was just listening to the presentations
and
lectures
you're right,
and stuff.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Professor Dobson talking about it.
But I had, I still had symptoms. So I'm wobbly. I had loss of balance. I couldn't feel my toes. All those things that happened every day. So my husband does a lot for a lot for me and helps me. But the big relapse, is where I lost the whole of my right side. Those relapses are the
scary ones where you're thinking,
phenomenally
is this ever going to go away?
Yeah, and then you know that you got it. It's not a mistake.
So at what point did you say, I'm fed up with 20 stone cane?
Yeah, so that was...
I'm going to, because I gather you had, didn't you win an award at the gym or something?
I was put forward for. Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's in research.
Mr.
Research.
Detective.
Yeah.
They put me through for, because obviously I was an anti-gym person. Hated the gym. You've never seen me in a gym. How very...
Let's get to the psychology. At what point, because I think if you're 20 stone, and you're clearly overweight, to go to a gym, that's got to be really hard. I don't even take my shirt off now ever, because I just think I'm too fat, and it's a body image and a whole thing. And what are other people going to think of me? I'm not looking my best in Lycra, maybe.
Yeah. And my confidence was literally non-existent.
Okay, this is the thing. If somebody's going to take something from this, how did you do it? I mean,
small steps.
Small steps.
Yeah, I didn't jump in. So I literally went to Weight Watchers to help initially get the weight off. So I had a supportive program that helped me. Absolutely.
And it was the support that helped you.
Yeah, and it was knowing so this is why you're putting on weight. Obviously we know it's because I'm eating too much, but I needed to know. So like a jam donut, I will never see in the same light ever again how many points are in a jam donut and a croissant.
The points.
I've never eaten a jam donut since, so that'd be like however many years.
You kind of ruin it, can't it? The pleasure of even a cheeky jam donut.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone knows about the Weight Watchers. You're given a certain amount of points in a day. So that rung home. So that is why. So that and the supportive group. I mean, I never really stayed for the consultation afterwards. You sort of do your weigh in and then you stay and have a chat. But I never did. Just wanted that weigh in. Support of my friends, because I used to phone up and say, yeah, I've lost another £2 each week. Each week, exactly. I wanted to lose £2. So Weight Watchers, and then once I got the weight off, a little bit of it, gave me more confidence. Yes. And I knew I could do it. Then I started going to the gym. So probably about a year or two after I'd lost the weight, confidence started to creep up. Your clothes size goes down.
Let me clarify. Exercise does not lose you weight.
No, it didn't at that point.
No. Diet loses you weight.
Yeah.
Exercise makes everything better, and exercise, I find when I exercise a lot, as I tend to now, I can eat more, but you need to get the weight off first. You can't just do an hour on the running machine and go, what am I going to lose? Because it doesn't work like that.
No. And absolutely. And now I'm like, now we're in it. Now we're in the exercise. But to get in it...
I've seen Kate work out. It's frightening.
Oh, is it? People say that. And the thing is, I don't actually think that I put any effort. Well, I do. I'm very hard on myself.
I wouldn't want to get in the way of you when you're working out, because you're looking quite... Okay. But that's a good thing.
Yes, because but then I can get easily distracted. That's probably why I never try and make eye contact, because I'll get distracted. So a little bit. So then I started one day a night spinning. Literally one. That one turned into two.
How did you feel after your first spinning session?
Probably more empowered that you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not completely knackered?
Yeah, probably completely knackered, yes.
But
I think I was more thriving on the adrenaline, probably.
And I've come to find pleasure in that completely knackered thing, knowing, because it's that exhaustion. I'll have a shower, and then also, I do rely on coffee, but you can't, the fitter I am, the longer day I can do, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think that is the answer to the question, what keeps you doing it? Yeah.
That's the best second question is, so why do you stick at it? Because, I suppose like anything.
I still have my bad days.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, still have my, I can't walk days, or I'm really, not as in like unbalanced, or the leg's not working properly, but we swallow it and we get on with it.
I've got a friend who appeared on the channel and something else, but she was saying not that long ago, she had great pain in her hip and her balance had really gone.
Yeah.
And her son was like, Mum, you've got to get out, you've got to work. And sort of, she runs, but started doing that again. She said, my balance isn't that much better, but the pain's gone.
Oh, okay.
And that alone is reason enough for her to just keep at it.
Yeah.
Because the pain's gone.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, it's different for all of us, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, huge. And it's not a one size fits all.
But there's no size which fits the sit on your backside,
Absolutely
eat chips,
not.
watch daytime telly,
Yeah.
and
Don't
do
feel
nothing.
sorry for yourself, because that if you wallow in your own, then you're just gonna. But what interestingly enough is that
what I'm thinking, we've both been in the game for. No, that's the wrong phrase.
yeah.
Sorry.
Steady.
We've both been, yeah. We've both had MS long enough. None of it is new to me now. I don't get shocked by things that, which I'm trying to remember the first few times, when you got a dead leg, when you lost your balance.
Mm-hmm.
I get this pain in my ear, like someone's stabbing it with a sharpened pencil. And now it's like, oh, it's unpleasant, but it'll go.
Yeah.
And it does. And I get less of it when I don't sit on my arse and drink beer so much.
Yeah.
But it's, I think the hard thing, if you're newly diagnosed with MS, it really is upsetting in the sense of you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, is that
Yeah.
fair? And we both, I think, are more used. I'm never fully used to it.
What with having different.
Well, having MS, number one, I always.
Have you used to it? No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, and it's always there.
And the shit days catch you by surprise sometimes.
Yeah. And also the severity of the shit days as well. You'll be absolutely really good, and then the next day you'll be like, oh, that's really unfair. How? But
I don't even think unfair these days, because it's just. I had a great phrase. Some days you're the pigeon, and some days you're the statue.
Yeah.
And I think with MS you get more statue days, but you just got to accept it.
Yeah.
What gets me is I'll be sitting there, fine, everything, eat so much, and go, I'm just going to go lie down for half an hour.
Yeah.
But then I'm fine. But it's just otherwise you just go.
Yeah, and there's no rhyme or explanation of it. I always like to blame. My biggest relapse, I had 2 of them. They're horrific, they're awful, and I think it leaves such an imprint on you. It changes you, and it does change me, because it limits me in what I can do and what I can't do in the whole confidence world.
Yeah. And it's annoying. For me, it's annoying if I have to get somebody else to do something for me.
Yeah, and relying on someone, because I don't like relying on anybody.
No.
No, I hate it. I hate having to rely on someone else. And long story short. Eating better, looking after myself, going to the gym has given me more of my life than ever it would have done beforehand. And had I gone down that path and stayed down that unhealthy route and not gone to the gym and ate rubbish all the time, So I'd say believe in what you want to get to. Don't feel sorry for yourself and sit on that couch and do nothing about it.
If I could wind the clock back, I would live a better lifestyle from the get-go, because MS is an incurable, chronic, as in forever, progressively disabling disease. But I'm damned if I'm going to let it have it all easily. That's my feeling. It's I'm cycling across Canada next year.
I know.
I've spoken to my neurologist and said to her, is this stupid? And she went, it's not stupid. You can do it. But you need to moderate it. I mean, it's one of learning to moderate it, have a power meter and a heart rate monitor, and every day it's 25 miles before lunch, 25 miles after lunch, And at no point should you smash up 100 miles because you're going, I'm feeling it.
It's just, you're on a winner, let's do another.
No,
10.
Exactly. Well, I mean, another 10 might be okay on some days, because there's going to be some hilly days. It's Canada, there's the Rockies. But I want to bank enough sort of 5 miles and 10 miles and 5 miles here.
To compensate.
To compensate for the longer days.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm a sicko because I like riding up hills. But it's I love it. I rode a fixed gear bicycle up Mont Ventoux, which is for those of you that may be into cycling, it's one of the climbs on the Tour de France, and I did it on a single speed on a slightly drunken bet the day before.
Oh, okay.
Going, bet I can do that, and it's like my wife was going. But you couldn't. It's like, and that was enough. It's like male testosterone with a couple of pints of beer.
You did it. Yes.
I did, but it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, without doubt.
Yeah.
But it's a whole thing. But it's riding across Canada for me, and it's to raise money for brain health causes. But I'm so happy that you came and shared your story. And if anybody wants to get in touch, All the details are in the description below. If you've got particular questions for Kate, send them to me, Dominic at themsguide.com, and that'll be below. And I'll pass them on to Kate, because I tend to bump into Kate like twice a week at the local gym anyhow. But
and we both love talking.
I don't know what you mean. And but I'll do that. So don't forget, like this video, subscribe, all those good things. It tells the algorithm the sort of content you like to see. And please do interact, any questions, etc. I'll put the links to the msbrainhealth.org, the global standards for brain health, because it is about living a brain healthy lifestyle, because we want to take control of your MS. And there's very little that we can control in our lives, but at least we can make it harder for MS to take our functions away. So, Kate, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
See you at the gym.
Yes, see you
Tomorrow?
at the gym. Yes, actually, yes. Yes,
Okay.
we'll see you at the gym tomorrow.
All right, cheers. Take care. Have a good day.
And you. Thank you.